Yesterday, Take-Two Interactive had their 2026 Q1 earnings call, and we heard a lot from CEO Strauss Zelnick on Grand Theft Auto 6, including some crazy things about the price and when we'll hear from Rockstar Games next. We'll be diving into all that in this video today, and a whole lot more. Now, obviously on that call, they talked about more than just Grand Theft Auto 6, so I'll leave a link to it in the description if you guys are interested. They revealed a couple of interesting statistics, like for example, Red Dead Redemption 2 has now sold over 77 million copies per date, which makes it the 5th best-selling game of all time. That is an absolutely wild stat. Well done, Rockstar. They also talked about the success of their other titles, but again, in this video, I want to stick with all the GTA 6 stuff. And honestly, on the actual call itself, there wasn't a lot mentioned about Grand Theft Auto 6. It mostly comes in the interviews that happened right before or after the call, but on the call itself, this is what Strauss Zelnick had to say about Grand Theft Auto 6. During the quarter, engagement for Grand Theft Auto Online benefited from the record-setting launch of Grand Theft Auto 6's Trailer 2 and the successful release of the Money Fronts Summer Content Pack, which accumulated in higher than expected recurrent consumer spending growth. We're pleased that new player accounts for Grand Theft Auto Online grew over 50% year over year. So it seems like Grand Theft Auto 6 is having an effect on the success of Grand Theft Auto Online, and naturally that makes sense. There might be a lot of people that stopped playing GTA Online years ago, but because of Grand Theft Auto 6 and a renewed interest in the game and the trailers that have come out, which have gotten millions and millions of views, I think some people might say, hey, let me jump back into this. Or, hey, I got my new console. I totally forgot about Grand Theft Auto Online. Let me check out what's going on and what's new. And I think that's exactly what's happening here. So good news for Take-Two. And good news for Rockstar. Now, like I mentioned, Grand Theft Auto 6 wasn't talked about a lot, but on the presentation slides that came alongside the earnings call, they essentially confirmed and doubled down that it's still releasing on May 26, 2026. You guys can see there under their immersive core titles, you can see Grand Theft Auto 6 from Rockstar Games launching May 26, 2026. So no change there from Rockstar, which of course is great news. We have heard them actually adjust the time period of when they thought the game was going to be coming out. Remember, they did that from calendar year 2025 to fall 2025. So we have seen adjustments to that release date made on these calls. Thankfully, we did not on this one. And then in another slide, you can see that they still have Grand Theft Auto 6 launching May 26, 2026. And then confirming some stats about both trailers, Trailer 1 being a YouTube exclusive, getting 93 million views, and then Trailer 2 not being a YouTube exclusive, getting 475 million views in 24 hours. So that is what they mentioned regarding Grand Theft Auto 6 on the actual earnings call. The rest of what we heard actually comes from interviews from various websites and news outlets. And the first website to do an interview with Strauss Zelnick was gamesindustry.biz. And they asked him this: looking at GTA 6, what are your market expectations for it next year? And he said, we want our labels to talk about their upcoming releases. I do think it's fair to say that this is perhaps the most highly anticipated property pre-release in the history of entertainment. But again, we run scared around here. We're looking over our shoulders, we take nothing for granted, and we don't want to claim success until it occurs. So while I couldn't be more optimistic than I am, all of us have to do the work. We have to deliver something great to consumers, and then the consumers are going to tell us just how great it is. So he says that he's going to wait for Rockstar to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6, but he does acknowledge how much hype there is for the game, but isn't, again, going to take anything for granted, and just wants to let their work speak for itself and let the consumers tell everyone how great of a game GTA 6 is. Now, on the website Variety, they specifically asked Strauss Zelnick when we were going to hear from Rockstar Games next, and if they had any idea on what the price of the game was going to be. This is what he had to say. So now that announcement will come from Rockstar in due time. That's like Strauss Zelnick's favorite phrase, in due time. Again, he was talking to Variety in an interview ahead of the earnings call on Thursday, going on to say our goal is always to deliver more value than what we charge. So we've had variable pricing at the company forever. As you know, the approach of the industry is to launch at a premium price, sometimes with special editions and over time, typically to reduce the price to enhance the overall size of the market. We do the very same thing. I think probably more than most, we're highly focused on making sure that the experience is great, not just because of the game itself is great, but because the consumers have paid a fair price for it. So there's a lot going on in that Strauss-Zelnick word salad there, but essentially he's saying, yeah, you'll hear from Rockstar in due time, which is no surprise. He wasn't going to break any news, but he also says that they want to deliver more than what they charge for. Now, recently, Take-Two games have been coming out at the $70 price point. And the big rumor on the street is, will GTA 6 be the one that's going to raise the bar to $80 or even beyond that? If any game could do it, certainly GTA 6 would be capable of it. And he kind of goes all over the map. He says, you know, there might be special editions of the game, which I fully expect to be like a special or a premium or a collector's edition or ultimate edition of the game that has certain maybe real life value, but also in-game value. And then obviously he says over time, reduce the price of the game so that more people can get their hands on it. If I'm a betting man, I really think it's probably going to be $80. I think it'll be the most expensive video game of all time, but I don't think it's going to be as crazy as some are suggesting, saying it'll be around $100. That seems a little bit steep. I don't know if they can go from that big of a jump from 70 to 100, but I do think they could go to 70 to 80. And then we heard from GameSpot, who ended up asking Strauss-Zelnick again about the $80 price. I'm telling you guys, the rumors of what this game is going to cost and analysts chiming in is actually having a big impact on what people are discussing. And he said this, I think our approach may be a little bit different when asked about GTA 6's $80 price during Take-Two Interactive's August 7th investor call, going on to say, we believe that any consumer experience is the intersection of the thing itself and what you paid for the thing. So our goal is to vastly exceed expectations. We want to put out the best entertainment on earth, and we want to deliver more value than what we charge for it. We think we've, generally speaking, gotten that right. Variable pricing has been the nature of this industry forever. You know, most of frontline releases will go out at a higher price, sometimes with special editions, and then over time, usually the price is discounted to optimize for the largest possible market. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. The rubric that informs us is really that of delivering more value than what we charge. So again, something similar to what he said to the other outlets with just a couple of other differences. But again, it's kind of like, is it going to be $80? Is it not going to be $80? He doesn't really confirm, but again, if I was a betting man, I would safely say it'll be more expensive than a normal video game. I think it'll be $80. But I don't think it's going to be $100 where some people say it's just going to break every record of all time in terms of highest prices. So that right there is all the GTA 6 news and info that not only came from the Take-Two Interactive earnings call, but also from the interviews that happened before and after the call itself from CEO Strauss-Zelnick. Some interesting comments there. Everyone's getting very worked up about the price. So now the next question is, when will we hear from Rockstar next, and what will that announcement be? Will it be another trailer? Will it be more screenshots added to the website? Will it be the ability to pre-order the game, which would have to include a price, but would also confirm when the game is going to be coming out, staying at that May 26, 2026 day? Let me know what you guys think, though, in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.